Yes, like you're saying, it has been a very exciting season, and I would say probably there are a lot of things that one can talk about in terms of us as Kick4Life growing, But we've seen some youngsters coming on board, making a difference, and that is the initial plan of having those youngsters coming into forth, And there have been other achievements of uh, the so-called old players also coming on board with their experience, adding value also into the team. And I would say again, you know, technically, as a technical team, you cannot achieve most of the things that you want to achieve without having a sound management. And the management played their part, the supporters played their part, but at the end of the day, yes, the results are always the ones that lead the way. And I think we broke our record, probably maybe even in the league, whereby we were on the log as number one for weeks, And yes, we are aware that we are playing against tough teams in the league, But we just said no, let's push and see how far we can go, especially as our target was being in the top four. So I believe we managed to reach our target, to meet our target, and we had players again, under 20 players. We had 4 in the under 20. We had 4 in the senior national team. And it's been very, very good. And I think one main thing with us as the technical team is the manner and the attitude, of the players, the way they we've seen growth in them, and which is very important because as we go forward, like next season, we need to be a team that would have taken 2-3 steps forward, in the field of play. We would like to see ourselves as a more competitive team. So I think this season has been a very, very school for us all as Kick4Life. Yeah. And probably lastly, in terms of that, we used to have red cards, and we've only had one this season, which shows that there has been growth in terms of discipline on and off the field of play.
Yeah, difficult to add much to what the coach has said. I think we've moved a long way forward, both on and off the pitch again this year. We've had a year that probably is better than any of us dreamt of having. Right from the start, from the first game of the season, and right through till generally right through to the end. It's been great. Getting through to the finals of the top 4, I think, also gives us whets the appetite for us to hopefully go on and achieve bigger things again going forward. Obviously, from a personal point of view, without wanting to take anything away from the guys at all, but we would have loved to have secured that 3rd position, finishing the top 3, which I think is what everybody deserved. We'd been there all season, but obviously with the last few games, it wasn't quite to be. But I don't think that should take anything away from what's been a fantastic season, and hopefully continues to set the platform for the way we want to move forward, both on and off the field. My honest opinion is I think next year is going to be tougher. I think it's going to be more difficult. I think it'll be difficult to get into that top 4 again next year. I think there's going to be other teams that are going to be stronger. We're going to be doing a lot of things, again, that we believe are right to take the team forward on and off the field. But, some of that might see other teams catch up with us, at least in the short term. So, what I don't want is people to get carried away and thinking Kick4Life are now ready to challenge for the title next year. I actually think, achieving 4th place next year is going to be a lot harder than again. And I think, as tough as it was this year, and as much as we've done well to achieve what we've achieved, I think to match that next year is going to be even more difficult. So he's saying that, but I mean, you know, look, as a club as a whole, I think we're always going to be moving forward. Every year we want to move forward. That doesn't always necessarily mean you're going to finish higher one year than the next. Sometimes you might, you know, you might take a slight step, not backwards, but you know, you might see other teams overtake you temporarily. And I think to reach where we eventually want to reach, that could happen. But you know, in terms of, I think whatever happens, we're going to continue to look to move the club as a whole forward every year, and the same applies to the next 12 months going forward.
We put the team first in terms of the approach. The last match of the season, what are we intending to do next season? With the players we have 27 players. We need to downsize. Then we need to, some of the players had not had game time. So we need to give them game time and see, so that when we make a decision on the downsizing, everybody should have given an opportunity to play. It was not about trying to make somebody happy or no, it was all about the team, that is Kick4Life. You know, we lost that other weekend against LDF. Nobody even coughed, you know. So why today, if we lose against Bantu, it's an issue. We were not looking into making somebody happy or what. We were working on our principles as a team, so that the players should be given the opportunity. And with us as the technical team, hopefully maybe the management, yes, we made a decision as a team together. And yes, we are disappointed, we lost, but the players, those players that were given the opportunity to play, they showed that they do have something to offer. So that's all about it.
Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, you know, it's something that as a club we feel very strongly about. You know, we made it clear in the week leading up, you know, internally that, you know, if anyone was approached and anyone was to take any, you know, anything they shouldn't do in terms of fixing the game, that they wouldn't be part of Kick4Life any longer. You know, something we don't believe in at all. We're trying to help develop football, grow football. If we start giving games away, throwing games away, then we're going against what we believe in. So, you know, I mean, I would really hope that there was nothing, certainly from our point of view, there was nothing, we didn't see anything, you know, regarding players or any suspicion of it. I think Les has made it quite clear on the decisions why the team that was picked. You know, what people don't realise is that we are having to make a decision on a lot of players for the next season, and this was the last opportunity for the technical team to look at some of those players before making a decision. So yeah, I mean, you know, absolutely would go against anything that Kick4Life stands for, and I know certainly from a management and a technical point of view that absolutely no chance that anything like that would have happened, and I would hope that, you know, right throughout the club that was the case, and I haven't seen anything to suggest otherwise. I mean, yeah, we've like we said before, we've been talking for several weeks now, you know, and that's exactly why we were looking at players, or the technical team were looking at players this weekend just gone. You know, decisions have been made on some players. Yes, we have a few players who are out of contract. Probably 3 of them we're trying to negotiate with to try and renew contracts. One of them's actually been agreed. Decano is extending his contract. You know, the others can't talk about at the moment because we're still in negotiations. There are a couple of players who won't be having their contract, won't be staying on. You know, we're in the process of discussing that with them at the moment. I think 2 of them at least 2 of them, maybe all 3 of them are retiring anyway. You know, one of them, you know, we've already discussed with the player is Mopedi, Ramatosa Mopedi. You know, he's been he's been here since day one at Kick4Life and has always been there for us, never let us down. But you know, we've been convincing him every year to sign a new 1-year contract, and now he feels it's the time to retire, and hopefully he'll move into another area within the club. We want to keep him involved. But as for the others, yeah, we're still in talks with them, and we can't really say anything until we've finished talking to those players and finished negotiations or whatever else there is to do.
Like I said earlier, he's been a very, very interesting, challenging. Yes, there have been some challenges along the way, but like I said earlier, you know, when you have a sound management, they always make life easy for everyone. You know, it's not that we've just had a smooth sailing. Nowadays, it has been tough at times, but then we have always have that support, not only from the management, yes, of course, the supporters, and we really appreciate, even from, I think, the Premier League also. Yes, of course, the referee, you know, we've had tough times, but we have learned, and we still believe in the officiating, which we believe they've made us stronger. And next season we'll go again and try to be a better team. Yeah. And to the players, I salute them. They've been great, and they've done us proud.